On Seattle Refined. Pop artist Andy Grammer gives love to Refined, and now we're bigger fans than ever.
So I have a little bit of a confession to make.
Okay.
Then a confession from a beloved American author.
I guess I might as well say it to you right now because I'm going to take a phone call in 20 minutes that will determine that.
What Armistead Maupin told Refined about the next chapter in his life. Plus, celebrate National Nacho Day the right way. The Seattle food truck that serves up nachos with a twist.
Hey, I'm Andy Grammer, and Seattle Refined starts now.
She just said you're gonna be a light in a cold world. You got extra love bumping up in your base.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Guard Swanson. So we get our fair share of celebrities on this show, and maybe we're even a little bit jaded when it comes to famous people. So I was not prepared for how unhinged my staff became on a recent visit by musician Andy Grammer.
These pictures tell the story. Can you say swoon? This guy is like a mix between Valentino, Clark Gable, and Chris Pratt. Refined managing editor Britt Thorson pulled herself together long enough to get the skinny on this charismatic chart topper.
How's it going?
There are three things that Britt Thorson knew about Andy Grammer before meeting him in person. He's handsome, he's passionate about music, and creates catchy tunes.
But you gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey.
For the last 5 years, Grammer has cranked out hit singles like Gotta Keep Your Head Up and Fine By Me.
I'm just saying it's fine by me if you never leave.
Chances are you know at least one of his songs. The biggest one to date is Honey, I'm Good, which landed in the top 10 of the Billboard Top 100.
So no, honey, I'm good. I can have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home, and if I stay, I might not leave alone. No.
But through all the chart-topping hits, Andy's proudest moment happened just this past summer. He and his wife welcomed their daughter, Louisiana, and Britt couldn't wait to talk about her.
So I have a little bit of a confession to make.
Okay.
I have not been working at all today. I've just been following a hashtag that I found on Instagram.
Oh,
I don't know if you've ever
what
heard of
is
it. Louis Instagrammer.
Oh, it's really good.
Oh my gosh. Your daughter is not only the most adorable thing I've ever seen,
She's
but
really cute, but the hashtag is really good, too.
it's so good. And also the videos you do with her.
Can you bounce with me, bounce with me, with me, with me, with me, bounce with me.
The Rap God, I think, was probably my favorite. How's being a dad?
Okay, the best part about being a dad is it's my favorite thing to talk about, and everywhere I go across country, radio people like you, all they want to talk about is my baby, and I'm like, this is great. This is way better than talking about music.
I was gonna say,
Let's
your
always
music-
just talk about my daughter. She is the cutest.
Your music is fantastic too,
Yes.
but your daughter is
Who cares
super
about
fantastic.
music? Talk about my sweet, sweet
Tell
daughter.
me about her name and where that came from.
So her name's Louisiana, and we call her Louie, and my wife's family is from Louisiana. You know, I travel everywhere around the country, and I feel like Louisiana is just the best at joy. Have you been there?
No.
It's really special.
Good to be alive right about now. Good to be alive right about now.
Do you find it weird that people think it's so crazy that you're always happy and singing about happiness? I mean, it seems to be a question that's brought up
I know.
all the time, and it's kind of sad that we're this shocked.
That we're just shocked about happy people.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing that I'll say is that it is really hard to make music that doesn't feel cheesy, that is happy. We're happy in life, but for some reason when you try to transfer that into music, it gets cheesy. So I think that as someone who maybe has done it successfully a couple times, that's what people think.
I give love to all of my people. All of my people need love.
So speaking of music, tell me about your new single.
Oh, it's really...
And were you intimidated that you didn't have as cool of a nickname as Lunch Money?
Lunch Money's dope.
Put this on repeat, it's so elementary. Just that 1 + 1 is 2, you sprinkle love that equal 3.
It was really fun to have him on that. There's a song called Give Love, which the world can just always use.
Yeah.
Right? So it seems like a good time to put out a song called Give Love.
People always ask new moms, like, how are you balancing it? So I try and make a point of always asking new dads it too. How is that going, having your career, but also having this new huge priority, amazing thing in your life?
Definitely a task, but I do think it would be silly to say that it's as hard to balance as a guy as it is as mom. The mom in the beginning is everything. She's like, she feeds her all the time. She doesn't sleep nearly as much as I do, and I feel like I'm pretty involved. So being firsthand watching it, you just gain respect for women across the board. You guys are the best.
Well, congratulations on your music and your family.
Yeah.
Grammer says he has a new album coming out soon, and he will be touring this spring. We checked out the dates, and it looks like he'll play in Seattle March 21st. Today is the big day for folks dreaming of seeing the Tony Award-winning blockbuster Hamilton. Registered folks received text messages this morning with secret codes that allowed them to buy tickets to the show's Seattle run. If you're one of those lucky folks, congratulations! Hamilton hits town February 6th at Seattle's Paramount Theater.
One of America's most beloved writers is bearing his soul in a powerful new autobiography. Armistead Maupin chronicled the unbridled sexual liberation of the 1970s in his wildly popular Tales of the City novels.
Did you just get here this week? Is it that obvious?
Maupin's character spawned the Emmy-nominated miniseries starring Laura Linney and Olympia Dukakis. These days, the author has made the leap to nonfiction, having just recently penned Logical Family, a memoir about his repressive upbringing in North Carolina and his journey to becoming a celebrated writer and gay rights pioneer.
Your life is not dictated by blood, by kinship.
Beloved writer Armistead Maupin is an open book when it comes to everyone's right to live their lives on their own terms and be happy.
If it's toxic, if it's poisonous to you, you need to get away from it.
And he hopes his new memoir, Logical Family, gives readers permission to write their own life stories.
Mostly it's about my childhood and coming from a place of extreme conservatism. I was raised a conservative and was mired in a lot of racism and misogyny. And it was how my life changed when I moved to San Francisco, how I challenged my own assumptions about things, and got laid along the way.
It was 1971 when Maupin moved to San Francisco, and he says losing his virginity at the age of 26 changed his politics, it changed his humanity, and it gave him sympathy for other people. Maupin came out to his parents in the 70s, a moment dramatized in his popular Tales of the City column in the San Francisco Chronicle. But it was separately, and close to their death, that he says his parents finally got it.
My mother died 40 years ago. My father died 10 years ago. I had resolutions with both of them that were kind of beautiful. I took my husband to meet my gruff old 90-year-old father not long before he died, and as we were leaving the house, my father turned to Chris, my husband-to-be, and said, you take care of that boy, you hear? He realized everybody's got, everybody needs somebody.
The memoir chronicles Maupin's journey from a conflicted young boy to a groundbreaking writer and gay rights pioneer.
I consider my contribution to have been cultural. My Tales of the City books are more about teaching gay people to love themselves and to realize what we have and what we can, what's right here for us.
It also recounts his quest to find his logical family.
Did you just get here this week?
Maupin first coined the term through one of his Tales of the City characters, Mrs. Madrigal.
She says, well, dear, you have your biological family, and then you have your logical family, meaning the one that we end up choosing for ourselves, who will support us as we are, unconditionally.
And there's some great news for fans of Tales of the City. Netflix is developing a reboot of the series that would be set today. To see more of our interview with Armistead Maupin, check out our Facebook page. Seattle Refine is just getting started. Trading in that fast car for a family-friendly ride? Refine takes you car shopping. Plus, if these walls could talk.
So much stuff has gone down in this room. I mean, Pearl Jam 10, Temple of the Dog, Mother Love Bone, Soundgarden, Louder Than Love, Blind Melon.
Refine steps into a local recording studio where iconic music magic happens. But first, the nominations are in. Now it's time to vote in the first ever So Northwest Awards Fall Edition. We are honoring the best of autumn around Western Washington. Everything from the best soup to the best red wine to the school with the most spirit. When you vote, also enter for a chance to win a grand prize that includes 2 tickets to see the Nutcracker at the Pacific Northwest Ballet, and also a one-night stay at the Alexis Hotel in the PNB Suite.
Hey, welcome back to Refined. I'm Guard Swanson. For most of us, there comes a time when we get dragged kicking and screaming into adulthood. And for many of us, that means trading in our wheels for something more family-friendly. Now, if that sounds like you, our sponsor, Seattle International Auto Show, presented by State Farm, is ready to help you make the transition in style at this weekend's big event. Here's Nick Miles.
The Seattle Auto Show opens this week. I'm Nick Miles, and if you're thinking about buying a family vehicle soon, I'll show you if that family vehicle meets your needs.
So when you head out to see all the new vehicles of this year's show, take the whole family. You can test the cars, trucks and SUVs to see if they fit your needs. You should be looking to see how the family fit inside a vehicle. If you have kids, can they get in and out without help? Is there a good place to fit a pet if you need to take them with you? And what about that third row? If that's in your future, how easy is it to climb in and out? And does everyone have enough legroom? You can find out at this year's show. You can see multiple different brands and models at this year's show, from small subcompact cars to giant SUVs and everything in between. This is your opportunity to get them side by side and see what you like and what you don't like.
So lots of manufacturers now have mechanisms which allow kids to fold seats and climb quite simply into the third row.
The 2018 Buick Enclave has 24 cubic feet of cargo space in the back with all the seats up. A standard power folding third row and collapsible captain's chairs increase that space to 98 cubic feet, enough for all your family gear. Safety should be the number 2 pick on your list. The Chrysler Pacifica has earned a Top Safety Pick Plus award from the Insurance Institute of Highway Safety.
Pacifica is a great vehicle for families. It's available with over 100 safety and security features, including blind spot monitoring, forward collision monitoring, a 360 camera. It's also an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, and it's a 5-star rating both front and side.
Just in case you get Cheerios all over the back seat, it has an embedded vacuum cleaner in the second row and flip-up screens programmed with games to keep everyone in the rear seats happy, including something called Are We There Yet?, which works with the car's navigation system to let kids know the arrival time at your destination.
The next thing on your list is price.
Don't forget, price doesn't just include the price that you pay for the vehicle, it also includes the cost of ownership. How much will it cost to repair and maintain? That's why a good warranty is something you should always bear in mind. Check out Hyundai at this year's show. Everyone comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
They feel very comfortable with their purchase, and they know that the vehicle will, stand behind them, and we will stand behind them for an extended period of time.
Fuel economy is always important. How much do you pay at the pump? Land Rover have been introducing new diesel models like the Velar and Discovery. And check out the new Chevy Cruze diesel hatch. It gets 52 miles a gallon and is the most fuel-efficient, non-electrified car in America. And also remember, it's the whole family's car. It's got to fit everyone in the family. Your kids may want a supercar, you may want a haven away from your busy life, but ultimately, everybody has to learn to share.
The perfect reason to take the entire family with you when you go to the Seattle Auto Show. Nick Miles, Seattle Refined.
The Seattle International Auto Show opens this Friday and runs through the weekend at the CenturyLink Field Event Center. Coming up, your chance to score tickets to one of the hottest holiday concerts in town.
Welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Guard Swanson. Well, the Northwest is rightfully proud of its musical roots. From the Wailers and the Fleetwoods to Modest Mouse and Macklemore, the Northwest has a rich history of hit makers.
And if you name a popular Northwest band of the last 20 years, chances are they laid down tracks at Shoreline's London Bridge Studios, a place named that because the owners wanted a London sound. Turns out they got more than that.
So this is Chloe Dancer by Mother Love Bone, and because they started it all. I mean, this, yeah.
That was over 3 decades ago, helping launch London Bridge Studios. Today, Eric Lillevoix is co-owner and one of the producers. He runs the show here.
And what does your dad do?
He produces music.
He produces music? And what kind of music?
Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam.
No, Dad loves Pearl Jam, but Dad doesn't produce Pearl Jam.
But Pearl Jam is front and center when it comes to the history of this iconic place. Recording their debut studio album, 10, back in the early 90s, selling millions of copies. But that was just the start. Monster bands like Alice in Chains, Nickelback, Temple of the Dog, Blind Melon, also recording smash hits right here in this tiny Northwest studio.
You know, you think of like big-time recording places, you know, of course, Los Angeles, New York.
Right.
And here we are in Shoreline.
Right, yeah, I know, and that's awesome. Like that's inspiring to me, you know, it's like really, because it puts the focus back on the creativity, it puts the focus back on the art.
It's me, the M, the AC, the K.
Today, London Bridge Studios works with Macklemore and other big bands, but it's the history that keeps this place humming.
So this is where all the magic happens.
This is it, this is the live room. So much stuff has gone down in this room. I mean, Pearl Jam 10, Temple of the Dog, Mother Love Bone, Soundgarden, Louder Than Love, Blind Melon, Candlebox.
The list just goes on and on.
Yeah, there's just so much stuff that happened in this room.
And nothing is forgotten. Even the old keyboards continue to push out that rare and special sound.
It's really kind of, there's a lot of different elements that kind of combine.
And it's not over-the-top gaudy either. I mean, it's like old school cool, right?
Right, yeah, exactly.
No matter where you look in this studio, there's always a high-flying story to tell.
There's a cool, famous picture of Eddie Vedder sort of swinging from one side of the room
right
to
in this
the other.
room?
Yeah, right.
Oh, I
in this
remember
room.
that picture.
Yeah.
It was right here.
That was right here, yeah.
History just
yeah.
oozes out of this place.
It does. It really does.
To learn more or watch that story again, check out our website. We'll be right back. But first, Seattle Refined and Star 101.5 are teaming up to give you a chance to win tickets to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. The Holiday Rockers will play 2 shows at Key Arena November 25th. Every day this week, we'll show you a different song title. Today's title is Christmas Dreams. Next, listen to Star at 3:45 for your cue to call. Be the 10th caller with the correct song to win a pair of tickets. Plus, we'll also pick a grand prize winner who will get to watch the concert from their very own private suite. See complete rules at star101.5.com/contest.
If you Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. It's probably not common knowledge, but today is actually National Nacho Day. And recently, Refined discovered a food truck dishing out nachos so exceptional, we couldn't wait to try them. But tell your mom to keep her mitts off them, because these are definitely Nacho Mamas.
This is Nacho Mamas Nachos.
They're not kidding. This food truck serves up creative corn chips and cheese. We're talking about nachos that are a notch above the rest.
They're tasty. Nacho Mamas makes great homemade nachos.
Chris Curtis and his wife Sandra opened their food truck nearly a year ago. It was a no-brainer since their cheesy romance started over, what else? Nachos.
We are obsessed with nachos. On our first date, my wife ordered nachos, and I fell in love with her and with nachos.
I know, Chris was worried that was just my appetizer and I was going to keep eating, but I got a giant plate of nachos and it was mine. I wasn't sharing.
Now they share a passion for their food truck and nachos with a twist.
We do a cheeseburger nachos.
I just want the cheeseburger nachos.
Cheeseburger?
Yeah.
Organic tortilla chips, a house-made cheddar cheese sauce, fresh ground beef. We get all of our meats from a local butcher.
It is amazing.
We do a Aloha pork belly nacho. We marinate some pork belly, green bell peppers, some sweet bell peppers, some pickled red onions. Top it with a little edible orchid flour. We have a buffalo chicken nacho. So it's kind of like a take on chicken wings, but just kind of elevated to the next level. We have a vegetarian one, a street corn nacho. That's actually one of our best sellers.
Now for the big question, where can you find Nacho Mamas?
We love serving at all different breweries and wineries and taking our show on the road.
Delicious. It is Nacho Mamas Nachos.
Refined loves a good food truck. If you want us to check one out, let us know on Twitter or our Facebook page.
All right, that's going to do it for today's show. I'm Gard Swanson. Thank you so much for joining us here on Seattle Refined. We'll see you next time.